So we continue our chapter. So telling the other topic of this particular chapter. First we will see what we have read in previous video. So first of all, we read about the introduction of a village, that was Palampur. What are the facilities are there in Palampur? Okay, and how this environment, or the you can say how the people are used to doing the activity in Palampur. After that, we discuss about the factors of production. So there are 4 factors of production: land, labor, physical capital and human capital. The first 3 factors, land, labor and physical capital, we have discussed in a detail. And the last one, human capital, already I have told you that this is this particular topic we will discuss in next chapter in a very detailed form. But you have to remember this, that human capital is the most important capital in all these factors of production. After that, we discuss about the farming in Palampur. How people used to do the farming in Palampur, that in a Palampur the land is fixed. After 1960, there is no expansion of land. People has to use that particular land for the agriculture purpose which they have from the 1960. Right now, today also, they are using the same land. Though the population is increasing, but the land is not increasing. So now the next question which comes here, that how then people manage to survive? How they can improve their production of agriculture in a limited piece of land? So the answer of this particular question come in your book. It is on page number 3. How we can improve our production, or how we can grow more production in the same piece of land. So as the example of Palampur, in this particular book, there is written that in Palampur in rainy season, farmer used to grow jowar and bajra. Okay, and these particular plants are very good for their fodder of cattle. Okay, and after the harvesting of these two, jowar and bajra, in the same piece of land they grow potato. Okay, and this particular potato grow up to or harvest up to October and December. And after that, what they do, in a same piece of land they grow wheat. Again, that wheat which they grow in December continue or the growing, and they take that particular wheat in April or May. And after that again they used to grow jowar and bajra. Means in the same piece of land they are taking more than one production. In a year they are taking 3 type of production in a same piece of land. Okay. Now the question is there, how is it possible that people are taking from the one piece of land 3 different agriculture production? So there are lots of factors involving in this particular thing. How the people are able to do? So the first factor which is very important, that as we have already learned, that there is a well connected village, plus it has a electricity facility, and due to that electricity facility people are capable to not to depend on rain. They used to do the harvesting with the underground water, and this underground water they are taking from the tube well, and the tube well is running by the electricity. So because of the electricity facility, people of Palampur are able to take 3 crops in 1 year. Okay. Now it is also given in your book, so you read it, how the people are able to do agriculture, or how the electricity is playing an important role in the production of agriculture. So okay. So now again on page number 3 there is a one term, cropping, multiple cropping. So what is multiple cropping? Definition is given in this particular book on page number 3, that the multiple cropping is to grow a crop, more than one crop on a same piece of land in 1 year. एक साल में एक ही जमीन के टुकड़े पर 3 बार फसल लेना या 3 बार हार्वेस्ट को लेना इज कॉल्ड मल्टीपल क्रॉपिंग. And due to this multiple cropping, people of Palampur are able to survive themselves or to feed their families. Even they grow more and more agriculture production so that they can go to the market also for the sale of these products. Okay. Now again, when you turn up to the page number 4, you can see another factor which was very helpful for the farmers of Palampur to increase their production is HYV seeds. Apart from multiple cropping, another factor which is more important for the villagers of Palampur is modern farming techniques. The farmer of Palampur are taking the help of modern farming techniques. जो नई नई फार्मिंग टेक्निक्स आ रही हैं फार्मर इनको यूज कर रहे हैं. Now the question is, what are the modern farming techniques? Already in your book there is a figure, and in that particular figure you can see what are the things which are coming in this modern farming technique. What are the things? You can see farming activities with machinery, diesel, then canal for the irrigation purpose, then pump set. After that, electricity, making of dams, pesticide, insecticides, fertilizers, and HYV seeds. These are the things which are very helpful for growing more and more production on a same piece of land. Okay, so due to this modern farming techniques, villagers of Palampur are able to take more and more production by the same piece of land. Okay, so how they are able to take more production? First thing, that they are doing multiple cropping, and the next thing, by modern farming technique. Using modern farming technique, now they are able to take more and more production. Okay, so in this particular topic, there was one word, HYV seeds. HYV seeds, high yielding variety. High yielding variety means you are getting more and more agriculture production. आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या मिल रही है? फसल मिल रही है due to that particular seeds. Okay. So using of these modern farming techniques को हमने क्या नाम दिया है? Green Revolution. Okay. In Hindi we can say Green Revolution, हरित क्रांति. Mainly Green Revolution is based on the production of wheat and rice. And wheat and rice का जो production बढ़ा, उसमें main factor जो involve है वो है आपका modern farming techniques. And this Green Revolution was started after the independence of India. In 1960 we have started this. Government of India take the initiative that the now farmers are taking more and more help of these modern farming techniques, and by these modern farming techniques they are able to produce more wheat and rice, and the production of wheat and rice is mainly called Green Revolution. Okay, now Green Revolution जिसमें हमारा प्रोडक्शन बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गया, and it is written already on page number 5 that because of this Green Revolution, the most important thing which we get in agriculture production, that we increase our production of rice and wheat. अब किसको इससे सबसे ज्यादा फायदा हुआ? What are the success of this Green Revolution? कि हमारा प्रोडक्शन जस्ट डबल और उससे भी ज्यादा हो गया, और इससे सबसे ज्यादा बेनिफिट किसको मिला? फार्मर्स ऑफ पंजाब, हरियाणा एंड वेस्टर्न उत्तर प्रदेश. ओके, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस हाई वेराइटी ऑफ सीड्स एंड मॉडर्न टेक्निक्स, this particular piece of land पर people are used to grow only 1300 kg wheat per hectare. Now they are able to grow 3200 kg wheat per hectare. Means the production is just 3 times more than previous, only because of modern farming technique which we have named Green Revolution. So these are the success of green revolution. Ki now India is now self-sufficient in green revolution, in wheat and rice because of this green revolution. But every time there is black and white part of everything. The white part of green revolution is, or the good part of green revolution is, that we have increased our production of wheat and rice. And what are the darker part? Failure of this green revolution. कि इससे हमें क्या नुकसान हुआ. So क्या नुकसान हुआ? That was also in your book, page number 5. It is written that what are the problems we have faced. So the first problem we face is our soil have been damaged by using modern farming techniques. Because when we use HYV seeds, we need more and more water. For more production, we are putting more and more insecticide and pesticide and fertilizers, and they need more water. And to irrigate our field, we are taking more and more water from our underground water level. And what the effect of this? That our underground water level is coming down and down day by day. जो हमारा अंडरग्राउंड वाटर लेवल है, पानी है, वो धीरे धीरे क्या होता जा रहा है? कम होता जा रहा है. बिकॉज हम इतना ज्यादा उसको यूज कर रहे हैं विदाउट द थिंकिंग ऑफ फ्यूचर, दैट आवर sources of underground water level is going to be finished. So this is the first failure. Second failure, ki because we are using more and more insecticide and pesticide in our soil, so the fertility of our soil is finished. Okay, now our soil is not as fertile as it was earlier. So this is the second failure of this green revolution. And the third failure of green revolution, the success of green revolution was only faced by the people or the farmers of Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh, not all over India. Though there are farmers in all over India, but the success is only in the hand of these 2 or 3 states. We have increased our production only in wheat and rice. So green revolution, you can see it is also very good for our agriculture activities, but also very bad for our environment. Okay, so you read in this your book about this particular green revolution very clearly. It is written in your book up to page number 5. Okay, now the next topic which come on your book is on page number 6, how the land is distributed in Palampur. Okay, how the land is distributed. Because already when I have given you the introduction of Palampur, I have told you that there are 450 families. And the land is distributed unevenly. कुछ ऐसे फार्मर्स है जिनके पास बहुत बड़ी बड़ी जमीन के टुकड़े हैं, more than 3 acre, okay, of land. And some farmers which have very less land, and some which you can say the landless farmer, कि उनके पास कोई जमीन नहीं है. As you read in the chapter on page number 6, there is a picture 1.5 पर दी हुई a picture है in which you can see that how the land is distributed in Palampur. Some people have lots of land and some people have very little land. And third category are farmers which have no land. They are just landless labor. They are the labor which used to work on a field of big farmers. वो farmers जिनके पास जमीन तो ज्यादा है और वो अकेले खेती बाड़ी नहीं कर सकते, तो वो क्या करते हैं? टू परफॉर्म द एग्रीकल्चर एक्टिविटी दे हायर द लेबर. At the time of agriculture season, they used to hire the labor, and these labor perform all the activities at the time of agriculture season, and these big farmer give them a wages or some kind of wheat and rice or vegetables as their wages for day to day, or according to season they used to give in for the farmers which are landless. They are, you can say the farmers, but they are also termed as landless labor. Okay, So after that on page number 7, there are agriculture activity. There is a picture, and in this particular picture you can see how the agriculture activities are performing in Palampur. Also there is a pie chart in which you can see how the land is distributed in Palampur, how much area are for small farmers, and how much land is acquired by the big farmers. Okay. Now next, when we come on page number 9, now again there is a topic, capital money. When we do agriculture activities, we need money. So how the money is coming for the agriculture activities? Okay, so as I told you earlier that big farmers has lots of land. So what they do? They have surplus amount of their production. So what they do? They sell all the surplus production in the market, and the money which are coming from after selling that produce, they save it or they deposit it in a bank and use it for their cropping of next season. अगले साल की खेती बाड़ी के लिए वो उस मनी को यूज करते हैं. And where are the small farmers? What they do? They have to borrow money either from the bank or from the big farmers or the money lenders which are there in a village. Okay, so these are the things, these are the ways by which these farmers in Palampur arrange the capital for the next sowing season. Okay, now the next topic which you can see is the topic non-farming activities. When I have given you the introduction of Palampur, I told you that there are 70% people are engaged in farming, other 30% people are doing some other activities. So the other activities which are performing in Palampur are dairy, manufacturing, shopkeeper, transportation. Apart from agriculture, some people are engaged in dairy farming. Dairy farming yani ki they are herding either the sheep or cattle or cow or buffalo and selling their milk in a market. So that is called dairy farming. Manufacturing, small things which they are manufacturing. For example, in a village where there are sugar cane is produced, people are using to make this good. And by making this good or jagzari, which is well known, people used to sell it in a market. Okay. Then shopkeepers, there are lots of small shops in Palampur where people can buy their day-to-day things. And the last is transport. Transport activity is also performing in Palampur. Transport is need to take the production from one place to another place. There are two more big villages adjoining the Palampur, Shahpura and Raniganj. People used to sell their produce in these big villages. So for that they need a transportation. So other activity which are going on this particular Palampur is transportation is also there. Okay. So the activities non-farming other than farming are dairy, transportation, manufacturing and shopkeeping. Okay. So your chapter is now finished. I hope when you read the chapter, you can find it very comfortable after seeing all these things reading. So again I am telling you that you read the chapter again and again, then only you are able to understand the chapter. Go through the questions which are given on your NCERT exercise at the last and do it. You can able to do all the questions. Read the chapter, and which things which you are finding that you are not able to understand, just underline it. Okay. So you can able to, when you are able to do the revision, you can able to summarize or you can able to find how we can come up all these difficult terms when we will meet with you. Okay.